I'm going to teach you how to play with a clean sound and not try so hard. So if you have your violin, of course, without saying, you need to have good posture for this to even work. So grab your violin. If you're sitting down, make sure you have a good core. Your neck is and your spine is all lined up, it's all straight. And then once you get that posture taken and figured out, you want to relax the bow on the string. Now, the bow hold, the very concept of the word bow hold is kind of confusing, because when students who are learning the violin, or adult beginners, young beginners, whatever the case may be, you have a bow hold, right? You're supposed to hold the bow. And we're going to talk about this bow hold. So if you are struggling with your bow hold to begin with, I have a violin bow hold course I'll give you a discount for at the end of the video. Just keep watching. But over here, my bow hold is very relaxed. I want all the fingers to be nice and round and curved. You can see here that my pinky is barely tapping the stick of the bow, and my index finger is going up and down with ease. Now, we don't want to squeeze the bow, because if we squeeze the bow, we get that type of sound. We get a very scratchy, unpleasant sound. And if I do that on this every single string, you're going to find that as a result. I always tell my students that the violin is actually holding the weight of the bow, believe it or not. The bow hold, the hand helps guide the bow up and down. We oftentimes think that we hold the bow and we try to hold the bow while playing the string, but you're actually creating a disadvantage for yourself. When I put my bow on the string and I pull it, you can see how my sound is gentle, it's not scratchy, and that is probably your foundational sound, that you're not even, the sound that you're not even trying to make. You're just kind of doing it naturally with your arm and your bow hold. So that is the foundation advice. Now, there are variations to this, which I'm going to explain now. So when I'm trying to find different dynamics, I'm trying to expand my dynamic range on my instrument, that's when the weight of the arm comes into play. Now, I've seen a lot of students make this mistake. When I'm trying to add dynamics, let's say I'm trying to play louder, forte. A lot of students, they tend to squeeze their bow and they tend to really press down on the index finger. I'm going to zoom in for you so you can really see. And you can see how my bow is really, really gripping towards the string. If you grip your arm, that automatically translates into the bow. Now, there's some philosophy to this where you can think that the bow is an extension of your arm. And the state of your sound is the state of how relaxed your arm is. Is your bicep relaxed? Are your fingers relaxed on the bow? And if you're having trouble with the bow hold, you can just hold the bow vertically, keep your violin up, and then try to just relax the bow on the string. G, D, A, E. Good. And then when you want to change strings, you lift your arm up on each string. There are 7 levels to this. I have many videos of this that I have in the past, and you can check those out. But generally speaking, you want your bow on the string very gently so you can get that foundational sound. And I'm not really trying that hard. Now, when you're trying this at home, you may find that you are probably doing something like this or something like that. Now, I'm over exaggerating. I'm not accusing you of having a bad sound. I'm just trying to help you. So if you have that type of sound, it's a result of your arm and your bicep, where your bicep meets your forearm. That's where it's really, really tense, and you need to learn how to extend that and follow through. I tell all my students that if you're doing a down bow, it's okay to have your elbow here. And for me, I'm 6'1", 6 foot 1 inch tall, and I have a very large wingspan for a violinist. And I often tell my students who also have the same type of wingspan and height as I do, that it's okay when you're starting from the frog, your elbow's kind of in, but you cannot bring the elbow behind your shoulder because there's this line here. So if I'm going you can see that my elbow and my shoulder are aligned. I want that to be as straight as possible. Now I'm going to stand up for you so that way you can see. You can see how my elbow is not moving back this way, and it's not moving this way. We don't want that. And this is why the posture is so important, because if your violin is up, you're not going to experience the violin bow going down over the fingerboard. That's going to be a challenge for you if you're not used to this. Tips that I would recommend is to practice in front of a mirror, because if you practice in front of a mirror, you can visually see what's going on. You can visually see what's happening with your hand, with your bow. We are very much visual creatures. And then for me to understand what's happening here, like trying to feel it out in my practice room, sometimes I actually go to the mirror and just kind of figure it out visually what I'm doing, and I try to assess the problem there. You're going to find that your practice sessions are going to be more productive, and you'll get farther faster by using this simple mirror technique. So in short, for instantly better violin sound, you are tasked with guiding the bow down and up, and you don't want to press in, because the violin is already holding the bow. It's already doing half the work for you. You don't have to hold the bow up against the gravity. Gravity is already hard when we're learning how to play the violin. So when we're going E to G string and we're trying to increase our dynamic range by increasing the weight or decreasing the weight of the bow, that's how we get the various colors and dynamic sounds. So I'm going to be doing down bow, up bow, having clear open string exercises. That's going to really help you. And that's a great warm-up for you to do as well. And of course, I'm going to commit to my promise in the beginning of the video and give you a discount for my violin bow hold course. Now that is just a little tidbit of what I teach in the violin bow hold course. So I'm going to leave a link down in the description below for you to take a look at, so that you can help yourself become a better violinist. Use discount code VIOLINSTART at checkout for you to get your 15% off discount. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, and if you think this video will help someone, make sure you share it with another friend. And if you're interested in more violin videos, check out my videos right over here and right over here.